corrupted your already weak mind.
Okay, wait.
You will be taken to Weishaupt and placed under heavy guard until the danger you caused by unleashing the Blight passes.
No. Please, you can't do that.
I assure you, I can.
I don't know how much time we have. The gods are doing something with the Blight. We need to stop them.
Let me tell you something about the Blight. It is evil, it is implacable, and above all, it is predictable. The Blight has not changed in over 1,000 years. The Grey Wardens will defeat it, as they always do. And we will do so without you causing confusion with your deranged conspiracy theories. I suggest you come along quietly.
Adamant Fortress 941 Dragon. The Grey Wardens attempted to raise an army of demons.
Oh, I was there for that. That was an
Hardly
Inquisition.
the models of good judgment yourselves, are you?
Wait, Dorian? Wait,
Everyone
that's
knows
Dorian?
Warden Commander Clarel acted alone at Adamant Fortress.
Acted alone, you say? Imagine if everyone were to see the letter I discovered where you authorize her actions. I wonder how that might complicate the narrative.
Are you prepared to risk the security of the Grey Wardens for this deluded boy?
You may be surprised to learn that I care very little about the security of the Grey Wardens.
Stay away from the Blight, and do not pester the Grey Wardens with any more of your nonsense.
He seems upset. Was it something I said?
You have blackmail material on the leader of the Grey Wardens just lying around?
Of course not. Where would I obtain something like that?
Oh, you were bluffing. That's actually scarier.
Magister Dorian Parvis, at your service. A mutual friend thought you might require some support.
Mivaris Talani? But the Shadow Dragons?
The very same.
Someone can chat.
What's your
Sab isn't
relation
good.
to the Shadow Dragons?
About a decade ago, Mayvaris and I started a political faction called the Lucerni. We were going to change Tevinter for the better. Everyone would recognize the common sense benefits of our approach, and we'd all live happily ever after.
I take it that didn't happen.
Mayvaris was framed, kicked out of the Magisterium, and the Lucerni were dissolved. So she took the movement underground.
The Shadow Dragons.
Since I still haunt the Magisterium, that makes me the Shadow Dragon's man on the inside.
So now what? The first Warden tried to have me locked up. I need the Wardens on my side.
Jowen Glastrom is not the Order. He's more politician than Warden.
No Grey Warden worth the name sits in a Menrathus lounge sipping wine. You need the Wardens? Look for the ones out there fighting the Blight. In the meantime, the Shadow Dragons will keep a close watch on the Venatori. Good luck. I'm sure we'll see each other again soon.
Dorian, huh? Alright. For anyone who didn't play the previous game, he was an Inquisition, but he looked quite a bit different.
But on this side, the gods could only tap a trickle. They had to turn that trickle into a flood. They sure could have used Solus's dagger to rip open the Fade. But some foolish mortal had taken it. So, they'd have to create a dagger of their own. Drowning the world in blight was just a matter of time.
Is this game as bad as everyone says it is? Hello, Timeless. I have played all the previous Dragon Age games. So to me, this is continuing a story that I've been following for like 10 years. And the main quest line, I'm here for it. Some of the side quests are pretty cringy, not gonna lie. The combat is very fun. I'm enjoying the combat. On the same token, it doesn't have a lot of depth to it. Like, for example, Like, let's take a look at my subclass. Like, here's a subclass, Death Caller. The diamonds are new skills, and the other things are passives. So there's 2 skills. This whole subclass has 2 skills, and that's it. So there's far less depth to the classes than any of the previous games, any of the previous ones. There's more passives. There's a lot more passive nodes, but actual clickable buttons, there's way less. So I'm enjoying it. I'm here for it. I don't know if I'm going to do all the side content. There is the stuff that keeps floating around on Twitter where people are like really... There's a few moments where the game is very in your face with agenda, which is unfortunate. But if you can look past that, there's an okay game behind it. But like, for example, just to give a few things, like I made a mage, right? I was expecting slow guy with a staff. I did not expect to get an omnidirectional block that will drain my mana anytime I block something. If I swap to a sword, I can parry. I can do that. I can hit people with charges, and then if I hit them with that, it detonates the charges. So it's definitely, the game feels a bit more slick than I expected for choosing the mage class.
That looks like it hurt.
Okay, we need to go back.
You read the notes on the circle row case?
The murdered Magister's aide? Killed with an arrow instead of magic. Hard to get an angle like that.
It is. Where would you take it from?
I don't know the place that well, but there's a tower not far that would get a clean shot. And good cover.
But if you were angry and in a hurry, if the shot were more lucky than planned.
Well, there's that bridge. Wait. Why are you asking me?
Have a capper.
There's so much magic in Minrathous.
Oh, I could fast travel. I didn't realize the quest I was on was return home. I can fast travel there. I was going the long way.
Goodbye daylight savings time. Hello standard time.
Hey, Sleepwalker. Small Bookworm says, have they explained why Varric speaks in past tense? So Small Bookworm, when he is talking during the cinematics, I get the impression that it's like he lives to the end of the story and he's telling the story to someone else. If you played Dragon Age 2, he did this same thing, and at the very end of Dragon Age 2, you find out that he's actually in an interrogation room, and he's been telling the entire story of the game to Cassandra while he's being interrogated.
There you are. I haven't seen much of you lately. I was getting worried. Everything all right? Wait, that dagger. I've seen it before.
Solus was using it at the ritual site.
No, before that. Shit, it can't be. Look at it, Rook.
I have. Plenty, ever since it hurt Harding.
Remember that story I told you about me and Hawk, Meredith and Orsino? How the trouble started in Kirkwall? On our expedition to the Deep Roads, that's what we found. That's what my brother tried to kill us for. An idol made of red
Yeah, I
lyrium.
remember the idol. It wasn't a
That
dagger.
sang a song which drove anyone who heard it mad.
Are you sure it's the same thing?
Oh, look at it. It's changed, but it's the same size. Same ring at the top. Not to mention, it's pure lyrium. No one, not even the dwarves in Orzammar, work pure lyrium like that. It's too dangerous.
If that's true, if this dagger is the red lyrium idol from your story, how did Solus cleanse it of the blight?
I have no idea. I can't believe you found it.
Oh, hey, Rook. I'm not interrupting anything, am I?
No. Something wrong?
Things are weird, but I'm adjusting, I think. That's not what I came in here for, though.
All right, Harding. What's on your mind?
So, the Wardens. I know some. A married couple Varric and I met while we were tracking Solus.
I'd almost forgot about that. I really am getting too old for this shit.
I think they'll talk to us. After the first warden and everything.
It's worth a try. I can write them and hope.
Okay. Let's see who's in our corner.
You can stop fussing over me.
Nah, no dagger greatsword. You're talking about Meredith's greatsword, and plus Meredith herself turned into a statue of lyrium at the end of that game. I don't think Meredith's greatsword was made from Varric's brother's idol. I think that was a separate thing. But it has been a tiny bit of time. We played Dragon Age 2 last year, but I feel like the size was very different. Because I remember his brother, who was a dwarf, cradling the idol. It was small.
This was
not big
with
enough
my
for a
things.
greatsword.
It looks like your handwriting. I didn't read it. Well, a couple of words. I thought it might be one of mine. I don't even know how it got there.
It's those wisps. I need more wards.
Oh, I can help with that.
I started this. I'll deal with it.
Or just move somewhere else.
I tried. They followed me.
Maybe they like you.
Do you follow the chantry? The pendant. I noticed it's Andrastian.
I barely keep the holidays. It's from an old job.
Oh, which one? Maybe I read about it in a Timiter paper.
I'm barely in the papers.
Oh, but when you are, it's on the edge of something exciting. What about that one story with the demon, the diamond, and the deadbeat magister? Oh, they mentioned you twice.
That was a hit piece.
Be serious.
That tells me you're a big enough name to have enemies.
No, but the Magister was. Some Docktown nobody gets involved with his case? That's good gossip. They forgot my name in a week. The real trick with that job was the client ratting me out to the demon.
What?
It's always something. Funny how that didn't make the print. Tell me you read the rest of the paper too?
Oh, yes. Sometimes they have these stories, serials. They're thrilling, except they come out in pieces. I only see a few papers a year. I never know how the stories end.
These papers are from Inrathus, right? I'm guessing there's blood magic, murder, tears.
That checks out.
Who's the second most innocent character? 10 gold says they're the killer.
What about the most innocent?
I don't know. They die.
What?
All right, Belle.
That
You
squeak
get me
was
the name
good.
of your cereal, I'll try and track the ending. Just don't say we didn't warn you. I'd like to go back anyway. Spend time in Docktown, pick up gossip,
Want company?
Why not? Ready to go when you are.
Alright. Let's see. Alright, don't need to talk to anybody else, so we can pick a quest at this point and just zero in on that. Let's see. Harding has 2 skill points. Let's do that. Lucanus. I don't know. This actually all looks really boring. Abominate does necrotic damage, has a cooldown. Eviscerate does necrotic damage, has a cooldown. Debilitate does necrotic damage, has a cooldown. There's this glacial pace, applies a weakened. Let's see. This ability's slowing effect is intensified. Companions can use abilities during time slow, and active cooldowns are reduced by 25%. Let's do that. Okay. Let's see. Balara, Lucanus, Nev. So we haven't found the... Let's see. Find an alluvion leading to the High Anderfels. Okay. So I need to go to the crossroads. Let's try bringing Lucanus. It's an action combat game, Muck. It's always going to be boring. I'm just sharing my thoughts. Sharing my thoughts. An action combat game is the perfect genre for skills that are more than just does damage.
I felt it the moment the boat docked.
I mean...
Even Spite felt the chill. I did not know he could.
There's a few other things in there, like, you know, applies this debuff or that, but... wasn't terribly different.
Let's clear them out.
Never seen that one before.
It's the darkspawn here. The blight on this island must be running wild.
Then we'll just have
it's a shock damage.
to deal with it.
Don't need that. Mountainside Alluvians. Releasian Sovereign. Alright, yep, she can equip that. Travel to High Anderfels. Meet Harding Warden's contact. You will meet a Grey Warden in Anderfels. Okay, so whoever this is, we're gonna meet, and then we bring Harding. Okay. All right. I guess we'll leave spooky dude here.
Wardens Evka and Antoine answered our letter. They're willing to talk.
In the middle of nowhere?
Where the first warden won't notice. But if they don't listen...
Your distraction worked. Could have said it when we were farther away.
Désolé, I didn't say it was a good plan. Ah, you made it!
Did we just find two lovebirds bonding over a corpse? Romance.
Harding, we meet again.
Antoine,
is he a French elf?
You look well.
And you must be Rook. Heard some colorful things about you.
A French elf that is head over heels about a dwarf.
And they're all true.
And you want what from us?
The elven gods are changing the Blight. Darkspawn too. There was a village, Demeta's Crossing. They overran it with the Blight in a snap. We saw the aftermath.
Whatever they're planning, it's bad. And if it involves the Blight, we need Warden help.
A change. Manipulation. That could explain. But...
you believe me?
That the elven gods are here, and... it's a lot to accept. But we've been looking into oddities with the Blight ourselves. It's... altered. I can feel it. And your story...
A lot lines up.
Whatever you've heard from the First Warden, we're trying to help.
Yeah, we're getting that.
If the First Warden believes that village was an aberration, or that it did not happen as you say...
We're not exactly the First Warden's favorites. Your word and our theories won't win the whole order.
So what do we do?
If the Darkspawn are changing, Davrin might help. Even among Wardens, he's known as a monster hunter. He got pulled on a mission. Not sure what, but it's farther into the mountains. We can get you a rough location.
I married someone with good advice. You find Davrin, and we'll keep after the Blight.
They really have to mention relationship. Overly cheery, overly rude.
Thank you. Both of you.
You can thank us if this works out.
Travel safely. We'll be in touch.
All right.
I'd say we found the camp. So did some Darkspawn, looks like.
The fire's still going.
Were they ambushed?
If Rook and Harding have a child, it'll look like Mux Bucci 3 halfling. Hey, that halfling was seen on Brazilian Twitter 3 million times. He's very, very famous. Relationship status is very important to the plot. What the heck? Is he a ranger?
Easy.
What? You guys hear that? The moment the griffin started squawking, this one started squawking. What is it? Making it spam. Chip was jealous, I guess. Chip wants to be a griffin. I think he's happy being king of the house.
I'll be damned. A griffin.
Trouble is, he's not sure what you are. Neither am I.
Rook. Evka and Antoine sent us. We're looking for Davrin.
You found him. Mind telling me why you smell like darkspawn? Griffins hunt darkspawn.
Maybe they're hunting you. There's blight on the tent.
What? Where are Lancet and Remy?
The camp was empty when we got here.
Hassan, to the trees!
We can help.
Try to keep up.
Okay, so he's a fancy Grey Warden.
He's got a scent. Follow the squawks.
I thought griffins were extinct.
We want the world to think that. It's why we're training in the middle of nowhere. Hassan, don't get too far ahead.
That kinda sounded like a no.
He spotted something.
Darkspawn.
Dead darkspawn. These are part of the training.
Hassan was half right.
There's no time for half wrong. Hassan, we're looking for live darkspawn.
He understands.
I'm sure he understands anything but dinner. Keep on it, Hassan. They're around here somewhere.
Warren Whitler. Davrin's weapon damage is now fire. Okay. Apparently they explained it what happens to experience this later.
Griffins have been training for this sort of thing.
Wait, who the what now?
Let's see if Hassan was paying attention.
Hassan can reach certain switches and dig up dirt piles. Look at the object, press tab, select companion ability, and then release tab. Smells ash +1. No, that's a way less stagger damage.
Hassan, hit that!
That's impressive. You teach him that?
No, Lancet and Remy did. They're the Griffin Whisperers.
So you're the bodyguard.
Griffins are the Warden's greatest...
Tightly rolled note. We scoured the Weishaupt libraries and found nothing useful for training griffins. The archivist said all griffin texts were lost or destroyed over time, which means Remy and I are starting from scratch. We'll approach this like a falconer would and hope griffin instincts are the same.
Someone has to protect them.
Okay, so I'm supposed to go that way, so let's see what's over here first. Oh, this just circles back to the same stuff. Okay.
Hold up.
Something in me just recoils from them.
That's why it's a job for professionals.